Hello and welcome everyone. This is John Person reporting for PA Stock Alerts. It is, of course, the first week of August. We had the conclusion of July with quite an amazing move in the overall stock market, specifically the S&Ps, the transportation sector, IYT, as we look at the exchange traded fund IYT, broke out to a new high, confirming the move. But we do have some mixed signals still, believe it or not. Not all stocks are behaving in a bullish fashion. As you can see with Lilly, it's not breaking out to newer highs, but we still like this space in this sector. And so if we do see sector rotation going into the marketplace, people taking some profits off the table, we suspect there's still some buys out there, some decent buys. And so with that said, we're going to keep our orders working in Lilly. One of our old stocks that we had bought took profits on. And we just, we're looking for, because of the volatility, we wanted to see the market pull back. We thought based on these little spikes in the average true range, we might see a pullback into that area to get long. And of course, earnings came out. LifeLock is the name of the company. And I just was out in California with a bunch of folks from TradeStation. And guess what? I saw an infomercial with Montel Williams talking all about LifeLock, which is pretty cool. In the meantime, we're just going to take a pass on it right now. I mean, the orders in LifeLock are so far down that we would want to be a buyer. We don't have orders working. So with LifeLock, this type of volatility, we'll look at it again another time. Obviously, there's some huge volume going into this company and into this name, but we did well with it, so we're just going to move on and look for other opportunities. And so with that said, looking at the healthcare and the drug manufacturers, here's a stock, obviously, as you can see, Bristol Myers. Bristol Myers has certainly had this huge push to the upside, and it really hasn't gone anywhere. It's just kind of grinding sideways a little bit, and it's not going down on any real tremendous volume. And so if we do get a pop out of here, we think that this would be a great stock to get into at these levels. So therefore, we're going to look to buy Bristol Myers Squibb, BMY, at 43.35. And so let's take a look at those numbers again. All right, we're looking to buy Bristol Myers here at near these lows. We think these lows will kind of hold in here. So we're looking to buy Bristol Myers at 43.35, as I've just typed in here, with our stop at 40.65. Let's take a look at a weekly chart, and you can see the action here. We have a doji from 2 weeks ago, a doji last week, so we think that these lows right in here kind of hold, and our stops will go below this level initially, so right underneath monthly support. Will it get to monthly support? We don't think so, and this is a time frame seasonally that this sector goes up. So the fact that it's had this big move to the upside, it's had multiple weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks to the downside. This will be, hopefully we can retest those lows and get in on a pullback this week. So we're going to keep add Bristol Myers, and again it's buying at 43.35 with a 40.65 stop. In the capital goods sector, we're looking at Tyco International. That might be a name from the blast from the past, kind of like, but it's got this like big push to the upside. They see little corrections, big push to the upside, see the correction, and then we're just trying to see if the market can maintain this type of range in here. We want to buy Tyco at 35.12 with a 33.42 stop. So once again, we're buying Tyco, symbol is TYC, buying at 35.12 with a 33.42 stop. Nice volume action here. So the market sees those little dips and doesn't really move on a lot of volume, and then all of a sudden you get those big spikes up. So there's some accumulation going on in this company. Had this big draft to the downside last year. Believe that was the split. In the meantime, as you can see, this stock has really been moving on some decent volume. So this is a company and a name that hasn't really participated in the move, and it is in a space that we start to see some seasonal appreciation. In the meantime, if we take a look at our weekly chart, you'll see that the weekly generated this buy signal. The market moved pulled back into moving averages, moved a little bit lower. We feel that probably had a lot of stops under the market. Everyone got stopped up and now took off. So if we can buy just a small little pullback in here, look at this volume action, huge volume in its small moves. So this could be a stock that's getting ready to accelerate as this kind of volume action hints and alludes to the fact that there might be some accumulation of some positions going forward. All right, and new to the list will be we're going to get back into eBay because we bought eBay in here. We got out a little early. We just didn't like the volume action, and as you can see, the market had this huge run up, but the volume was very light. It had a newer high in price, but did not come with volume. We had bailed on the trade. We said, let's wait and see what happens. Well, the market gapped lower, earnings, etc., and it's had quite a while to move lower, and it has not. It's just kind of sitting here, as I'll just share with you, in this kind of range right in here. So as you can see, more defined range type of trading here in the market with the orange box I've just kind of drawn in range. So if it's at the low end of the range, we kind of like the markets in a daily buy signal. The volume just on the upside didn't go anywhere, and the volume on the downside just didn't go anywhere. It's just kind of like accumulating. We feel that this market might be time to get into eBay again. So with that said, we're looking to buy eBay at 52.27 with a 49.56 stop. Nice little volume. Look for a little pullback, and we should see this market kind of base itself out. All right, so one of the things that I definitely want to share with everybody here, and I'll only see if I can get this into focus for us so you can see everything that we want to bring into play here. So I'll just bring this into play right like that if I can. Here we go. All right, so notice at the very bottom here it says 31 of 90 symbols. So basically what I'm sharing with you is one of my scans that I've created, as you can see. And this is one of the scans that I talked about in my book, Mastering the Stock Market. I'm looking for, in a bullish environment, how bullish is the market? Well, the market's, as you probably hear from the news, stock market's doing great. But when we take a look at actually some of these names, like a Sherwin-Williams, Sprint, believe it or not, Pulte Group, Occidental Petroleum. These are all stocks in the S&P 500. 90 of them, actually. There's 90 stocks in the S&P 500 that are actually below their 50-day moving average. That's what that JP below 50 means. So these are stocks below their 50-day moving average. Well, that doesn't sound as bullish as one would think, but so when you take a look at Xylem, it's well below. I understand looking at U.S. Steel, sure, it's below its 50-day moving average. Spacing out, it's not going anywhere. Valero, Seagate Technologies, the big news the other day was with potash, Agrium, and so when you take a look at Mosaic is another one. Sure, that absolutely makes sense. Also, home builders, Pulte Home, well below its 50-day moving average. But some companies, not just to share with you, not all stocks are created equal. SanDisk below its 50-day moving average. Seagate Technologies below its 50-day moving average. So there's still Coca-Cola below its 50-day moving average. Joy Global. We understand JCPenney, not all department stores are created equal. Some have bigger problems than others, so like Macy's. So there are certain stocks that are a little bit stronger than others. But here's one that was fairly interesting. Intel below its 50-day moving average. So where you have Intel up, you have, let's take a look here at, believe it or not, Microsoft below its 50-day moving average now. So these are the kind of moves that we've seen that it just shows that the market's not all cracked up to be that maybe the media is playing it out to be. Of course, Alcoa. So you have AMD, another semiconductor company. And of course, Baxter Lab, well below its 50-day moving average. So not all stocks are really doing. Looking at natural gas or Peabody Energy Corporation, one of the things that, actually natural gas enters a seasonally strong period of time, but we just don't have the stocks in that group, taking off. So there are Caterpillar, for example, below its 50-day moving average. It just hasn't participated with the big stock market move. So it's kind of and there's Caterpillar on a weekly basis. As you can see, it really hasn't, joined the party. But then when you take a look at a Costco, for example, this stock just is barreling straight up. When you take a look, but not eBay. When you take a look at at Amazon, for example, Amazon kind of have stalled in this move. So not all stocks are created equal in the market. Here's the stalling that I'm referring to. Again, it's still a stock picker's market, and I think it still warrants the fact that I'm sharing this with you. It still warrants the fact that, man, not all stocks are really taking off, and that's what Tom and I have put out some pretty good recommendations, and we've missed a few stocks by pennies in most cases. So we're really digging for some safe, high probability trades for you, as well as digging for some potential moves. So that's all we have for this weekend, and I hope you enjoy the weekend. And for those that were in Los Angeles and, of course, Costa Mesa, it was great seeing you at the 2-day different events there this past week. Everyone, have a great trading week. We'll see you on Tuesday. Take care now.